Howdy, howdy, howdy. Happy to be here and happy you're here with me. And if you're new here and enjoy this type of content, I hope you'll subscribe. Hi, my name is Heather. This is Southern Gals Crochet. So, today has been a busy week. I outdid my number from last week. Not intentionally, but I did. So, last week I got 31 items done. This week I got 36 items done. Is it 36? 37. I think it's 37. So, let's see. Last time y'all saw me, I was working on these guys. So, this, I even made up myself a little cheat sheet so I can remember what it is, who it's from, what I made it with. I was like, I really need to get on the ball about that, you know? So, this is a Demogorgon. Yeah, Demogorgon. And it is, the pattern is by Just a Mom Crocheting. And I used Parfait Chunky in Toffee. The black, I just grabbed a black and it turned out to be the Toucan by Hobie black. And then the red was different. I grabbed the wrong red, but it doesn't matter, right? Can you tell the difference? I don't think there's really that much of a difference. This one's just a little brighter, the red. But the red I grabbed was Honey Bunny, and I believe this one, the previous one I had already, was in Toucan. So, not much difference. So I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those done. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a whole basket full. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any. But yeah, I got 4 of those done. Hopefully, those will sell well, like they did. I made 6. I sold 6 right before Christmas. So, hopefully they'll continue to sell well for a little while. Alright, and then I got this goose. I have to say, I'm the wings, like, sometimes they want to go forward, and then other times, I guess it just all depends on how you're holding it. But, this is a pattern by, now, I don't know if this is a group page or something. I'm not sure. It's Toy Story Patterns AU. But then on the pattern itself, it says designed by Antonia Namanova. Sorry if I'm butchering the name. But, so I wasn't sure if that's just how she does her patterns, or if it was if the Etsy page is like a group page with multiple artists. So, this is done with, let me check my cheat sheet, Sweet Snuggles Light in white, Home Slim in mustard, and I used a K hook with 12mm eyes. And they're pretty easy to work up. I found the pattern to be very easy. No issues on it at all. There, as well as there, I found no issues with this pattern either. And I got 4 geese done. So, I wanted to get more, but I was kind of really ready to move on to something else. Okay, so those are done. And I got 1 large strawberry done. So now I have 2 large strawberries in my inventory. And this is just all Bernat blanket yarn with Sweet Snuggles Light White for the seeds. Easy breezy. I whipped this up last night. It was very easy. And I don't have a pattern for you, but I know there is a pattern. I'll have to look it up. There is a pattern very, very similar. I just went off of my own brain on this one. So, but I will find the one that is extremely similar and link that for you. And then last night, yesterday, I got 2 very large armadillos done. They're very large, but they're really easy. I think I finished one in 3 hours. So they're pretty easy. And I crochet a little slower than the norm. So I'm pretty sure somebody could whip it up in less time. But for me, while having the television on, it took me 3 hours. And I just used Posh. This is a Posh Croissant color. And then I used 12mm eyes. But the original pattern, it's my pattern, by the way. The original pattern is in acrylic yarn. So this is what Posh looks like. So use that as your guide. This is at least a good 12 inches. I don't have my measure tape in here. But the original is approximately 9 inches in acrylic. So it's pretty small. And there you go. I got that done. So now here is the new segment of the show. This is a show, right? The new segment of this show is New to Me Patterns. Now, my goal is to do at least 1 new to me pattern a week. Well, I managed to do 3 this week. So I'm pretty proud of myself that I managed to do that. I got 3 new to me patterns. Now, this particular product is not new. I have made this before, but with a different person's pattern. This is an axolotl. I put it in my phone. I was like, what is it? It's an axolotl, and it is a pattern by Knotting Hook Crochet. And I have to say, Robin, if you're listening, I love the way you wrote your pattern. Very simple, to the point. None of that, you know, let's teach you how to crochet kind of thing. I've seen so many patterns lately that just are filled with the basics of how to crochet. Go here to learn how to do that, and go here and learn how to do that. And it's like, yeah, I love your pattern. I love the simpleness of your pattern. Thank you. I had absolutely no problems with this pattern at all. I did change the legs a little bit. Instead of a bobble, I put just a chain 3 leg there. And I used a mixture. I have how many did I get done? 6. I got 6 done. And I used a mixture of yarns. I got 2 of each color. And so it's a mixture of Parfait Chunky, Baby Snuggle, Toucan, just all those little yarns. And I think they came out really, really cute. Really cute. So I got 2 of each of those done. They were a little small compared to what I was thinking it was going to be. Of course, that happens to me all the time. All the time. It's either, wow, that turned out really big, or that's really small. It's like the goose. The goose, when I first made it, the very first time I made it, it was really small. I was like, oh, wow. So I, on purpose, used larger yarn to make them bigger. But anyway, yeah, pretty good size. I think 5.5 inches, something like that. So, lovely. Love that pattern. Love that pattern. That's going to be my new to-go-to pattern. just for the simpleness of it. So I talked about this next one a little bit in my live. So this one is adorable. Let me just say, it's adorable. It's adorable. It's so adorable that I made 8 of them because they're just so cute and so many color possibilities. So I started out, let's see, where's my paper? So I saw this pattern on Etsy. And I also saw it on a couple of crochet groups on Facebook. And I was like, oh, that's cute, you know. And I bought the pattern. I mean, it wasn't that much. And then I opened it and I got to reading it. And it was one of those patterns that basically teaches you this, and this, and by the time I got done reading it, I was like, oh my gosh, this pattern is 24 pages long. Well, technically it's not. It has, in the pattern, it has a mix of regular versus puppet. And then the last 10 pages are text only with no pictures. So basically it's a 14-page pattern with 2 options. So that's not so bad. But I ended up going through and just writing down what I needed for basic instruction. And went from there. And it ended up with like 2 little pieces of paper. That was it. But then I started it. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know. And I kept having to go back and refer to the actual pattern and find what I was looking for, and then find what the reference was to it, and then go back look at the pictures, and then I was like, no, we're done. I'm going to do my own thing on this because the more I tried it, the more I was getting frustrated. So, that being said, this is the Granny Square Snuggler Dragon. Now, the original pattern calls for it to be a puppet. Like, you can put your finger up inside the head and it's a little puppet, right? And I didn't want that feature. It's just, I don't have time to mess with that, you know. Just give me something quick and easy and simple, right? So, I was like, alright, I'm just going to double strand this, you know. We're going to just use 2 strands and get it nice and chunky, you know, velvety and chunky with the Just Chanel. This is actually the Just Chanel medley yarn, but it has been discontinued. So, sorry, I'm showing you a yarn that has been discontinued. I'm sorry about that. But I started with 2 strands of on the face, right? And the face is more of an oval and go around, and I just kept, the features were getting hidden in the yarn choice that I made. And I was getting a little frustrated. So, I decided to just wing it. And so I just did a in the circle 8, 16, 24, you know, just made a little circle head, put some eyes in it. And so you make the square first. You know, you make the granny square first, and then you go around it and make your decorative stitches, which, you know, like the little bumps here, and then your tail, and then you just make a little head and some little horns. And the original pattern calls for crocheting down the back, putting a spine on it, and then also outlining the tail as well while you're at it, you know. But I decided not to go that route. So anyway, I got that one done, and then I did this one. And I noticed the head on the red one came out a little bigger. I don't know if I was just not paying attention or what. But I love how that one turned out. It's the medley red color with the white combined. This is a medley gray color with a black combined. And I just used 2 strands of regular medley for the heads. But the horns I used, for the white, I used Honey Bunny white. I used 16mm eyes. I used a K-hook 6.5mm. And so those were my first 2. And I was like, I'm loving this so much. So I went a little color crazy. And the black horns, I used baby bear black with an H hook. I'm sorry, with an H hook I used on the horns. I forgot to mention that, but I love that purple one. Oh my god. So cute and so soft. And I'm really long-winded about this pattern because I loved it so much. It's so, so cute. And the color combos are like endless because there are a lot of Just Chanel colors. And even if you didn't want to use Just Chanel double-stranded like I did, I mean, you could use larger yarns. You could use velvet yarn from Red Heart, or, you know, or anywhere for that matter. Anyway, and then I got these two done. I loved it so much. So much. So, was that 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that was 8. 8 of them. I loved it. So, that is, the pattern is by, it's called Snuggler Dragon. And the pattern is by A.R. Serendipity Designs. And it was awesome. It was just awesome. It took me a while to get through all the pages, but once I got it kind of figured out what she was doing, and then I just went ahead and did my own thing anyway, because I'm just weird that way. Just weird that way. If it gives me a hard time and it makes me struggle, then it's going to get changed somehow, some way. Alright, and the last one on the list was Chicken Egg. This is the pattern by Cozy Hooked Creations. That's the Etsy page, but the pattern says it is by R.S. Got You Hooked. And these little bitty things, I mean, they are so like itty bitty. Look, I mean, it's like a total of, I think, 7 rounds. They're so small. But I did manage to do the fake fur on the head. I actually found it a lot easier than I was dreading. I was dreading it so hard. But yeah, these came out really small. I'm thinking I got the head hair a little too fluffy because they don't close at all. None of them close. They all are kind of open a little bit. But I got 2 of the dark tweed. I don't know the names. I can't remember the names, but it's a dark tweed. And then I got 2 of the light tweed. They're so cute. But I changed the hair color on the twin. None of the twins have the same hair color. But I got 12 of these done. This is actually another tweed color with the black hair and the white hair. But they're just adorable. And then this is a speckled, really tiny chicken. It's so tiny. I can't get over how small they were. I watched people making them, especially like Robin and Heather, and they look like they come out a lot bigger, but that's how small they are. Little bitty tiny little chickens with their non-closing egg. And then this one is also a speckled. They are cute. Cute, cute, cute. I went a little crazy. I was laid up in bed on my heating pad, so I was just like going nuts crocheting. And this one I used double-stranded Chanel yellow. I have a lot of that, and I don't usually use it for anything. So I was like, oh, it will look cute as a little chicken. It looks like an egg with a yolk. And then I got a one with the white hair as well. And the yellow. So, there we go. We got 12 chickens, 8 dragons, 6 axolotls, 2 armadillos, 1 strawberry, 4 geese, and 4 demogorgons. Whew! That was a week, let me tell you. But I was laid up on the heating pad for a couple of days, which makes me amazed that I got anything done. Okay, well, this was a kind of a lot, so I think I'll save the yarn haul for another video, because that's going to be another one, another long one as well. Alright, well, next week I'm planning on getting some ducks, alligators, and sea turtles, and who knows from there. Who knows. But I hope I did enough information on these items. I did do the eggshell in burlap blanket vanilla, I believe. It's not quite white. It's a vanilla. But anyway. Alright, well, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, and I will see y'all later. Bye.